Why, hello there, it's Mr. McFlanagan, your old buddy, your old pal, your old chum, and we're on firing range, and I always throw a nade right there, and boom, nobody there, so I push up to the right, and let's see if there's somebody out here. And yep, that guy's rushing through trailer, I take him out, now I'm on the radar, there'll be a guy flanking right there, take him out, and usually that works on this map almost every single time. And I've played this map so many times that I usually do the same thing every single time. I rush to the left. Very rarely will I rush to the right. Now if I stay in a lobby and I'm playing the same guys, I won't rush to the left every single time. I'll mix it up and go to the right. But I never run through middle. If you run through middle, you're just asking to die. And I'm playing with my boy Abra again, and we are just on a tear, just raping dudes, just killing people everywhere. And I want to talk about something. My birthday is this week. I will be 29 years old. I'm not going to tell you the exact day, but it is this week, because the internet is a scary place, and you don't want to tell people when your birthday is, because they can find stuff out about you, and that's not cool. But I want to talk about my childhood. When I was 17, I always thought that, 28, 29 years old was pretty old. I mean, that seems like, a lifetime away. But it seems after you turn 17, time just starts to fly by. I mean, I don't know what it is about when you're a kid, but summers lasted forever. Moments in time were really slow. But as you get older, things just seem to speed. They just speed faster. And I read somewhere that when you're a kid, you take everything in. Like when you're driving down the road and you look at a tree, you actually see the tree. But as you get older, like when we drive cars, we don't really pay attention to scenery, we don't pay attention to detail, and it's because your mind starts to slow down and block things out. But when you're a kid, you take everything in, absolutely everything in, and as you get older, you just learn to not pay attention to everything. And maybe that's why time seems different, I don't know, but I sprayed that last kid that wasn't playing for my chopper gunner, which is absolutely amazing. And I also want to talk about another thing today. I don't know if you guys are Nirvana fans, but when I was a kid, this is me being nostalgic, Nirvana was one of my favorite bands. I felt like they were my music. And you might not know this, but they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that's a pretty big deal. That's a big honor. But my question is to you, do you think Kurt Cobain would have showed up at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to accept his award? Because I really don't think he would have. I think he was completely against, other people telling you you're good. And, I think he just thought, I just want to play music. I don't want other people's approval. And I just don't think that was him. I don't think he would have showed up at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and accepted it. And it was a pretty interesting show. They had Courtney Love up there, and they were just booing her off stage, which is pretty funny. I don't think Kurt would have wanted that, but it still was pretty funny. And they had the original band there. They had Pap Smear and Dave, and they had Chris Novoselic, the bass player, and they did like 3 or 4 songs, and they were really good. They were really, really good. But the singers they got were just god-awful. I don't know where they dug up these singers. Joan Jett was pretty good. She did a very good job. But these other girls they got were just horrible. You would think somebody would have stood up and been like, I'll sing, but instead they got these really, no-talent women to sing. I would have been even happy if Dave Grohl would have got up and sang, because Dave Grohl actually sang backup vocals on the original Nirvana stuff, and he sounds a lot like Kurt, but that's just my opinion. Getting older, I'm at the same age Kurt Cobain was when he died. Just got me thinking a little nostalgic, but I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. This is Mr. McFlanagan, and I appreciate you stopping by.